Okay, this is a 2007 XR650L, and I'm going to just kind of touch on how to remove and install the rear shock. I had jacked the bike up to change the rear wheel, and when I set it down, I noticed there was a puddle of oil under the shock. The seals were blown. So I looked on YouTube. There were no videos on how to remove and install the shock, so I'm going to give you some tips that I learned along the way when I did mine. First, let me say that I sent the shock off, the original shock, to have it rebuilt at Race Tech in California. And they called me and told me the shock was scored on the inside and it could not be rebuilt. So I got on the internet, on eBay, and I found from Adrenaline Cycles in Kentucky a 2009 rear shock. So I bought that for $200 and $14 shipping, which is a great deal because most of the shocks on eBay that you look for this bike, which can't be rebuilt, are $300 plus. Alright, so here's some quick tips. When you remove the shock, you'll need to undo the top bolt, and then you'll need to undo the bottom linkage bolt down here. Now obviously the wheel's off and you're going to need that because the shock is going to extract out the back. Now here's the trick. This bolt right here, the bottom bolt on the shock, when you slide that out, it hits the swing arm. So the shock has to be lifted up. You rotate the swing arm down, lift the shock up, and it's really almost a two-man operation, and slide that bolt out. That bolt out. There's no nut on the other side, it's just the bolt. And it's tough to get out, trust me. Then you just pull the shock out the back. It's going to be easier if you take out the box, the air filter box, but I didn't want to remove it. I thought I'd go ahead and make it as hard as I could for myself. So when you install it, it's the same thing. You shove the shock back through, and then the first bolt you want to put in is just like you took out, the last one you took out. You want to put this one in first. It's going to be a two-man operation. Somebody's got to lift up on the shock. As you move the swing arm up and down, and it moves quite a bit when the shock's not attached. As you move that up and down, this piece of linkage right here will slide up and down, and you have to line everything up. Again, it's tough because this clearance in here, this piece has to rotate way up to get that bolt through that shock and through this piece. The second piece that you'll need to attach is down here, and again, and this one has a nut on the back, I believe. Yeah, you'll have to attach this, and it's again everything's slipping back and forth, so you have to wiggle it in by moving the swing arm. And lastly, the top nut and bolt on top. Then it's just a matter of reinstalling your seat, both side panels, and the wheel, and that's not a problem. So 3 bolts. Remember, this bolt right here is the key to the whole thing, and having somebody to help you and keep your temper. So good luck, and hope you don't have to go through this like I did.